Hello, and welcome to the SAP HANA Academy. My name is Tom, and in this series of videos, we're looking at SAP S/4HANA. In this tutorial video, we'll show you how to use the SAP S/4HANA Migration Cockpit and the Migration Object Modeler. This video is a continuation of an earlier video in this series called Migration Cockpit. Special thanks to Jorge Baltazar and José Márquez from the SAP S/4HANA Rig team for providing the footage, demo, and content for this tutorial. Juan and Sonia are part of the Procure to Pay team. They are working to implement SAP S/4HANA in a greenfield project called Aconcagua. They have already completed the first task, the loading of the source list. Now they're going to work on loading the second object, the inventory balance. As Juan has already created the migration project, the only activity that he has to do now is to download the template and send it to Sonia. Juan opens the migration project. The source list is already finished. So now he has to start by opening the inventory balance migration object. Then Juan has to download the template that will be populated by Sonia. Sonia receives the template. She checks to see if it contains all of the mandatory information for the company. Sonia opens the file that she receives and realizes that it is split by header and document item. It's different than the one that she checked first. Sonia begins to look at the details of the items, and she checks all of the information that is there. She realizes that one mandatory field for the company is not listed. That field is reason. Sonia calls Juan to let him know that reason is not included in the material document item. She requests that that field reason be included. Juan looks for a solution to this issue. Juan will use the Migration Object Modeler to include the required field. To solve the issue, Juan accesses the backend and goes to the transaction LTMOM for the Migration Object Modeler. Juan selects the migration object that is going to be adjusted. The next step is to add a field into the source structure. So Juan has to open the source list, and as it is in the document item, he has to go to the document item. There, Juan has to add a new field. Not only does he have to add a name here, but Juan must also include some mandatory data, such as the type of data, which in this case is numeric, also the length, which in this case is 4. When it is ready, Juan has to go to the field mapping, but first he has to save the changes he just made. Now he has to link the new field with a field that is in the API. For this, Juan just needs to drag and drop the field into the API structure. Finally, Juan has to generate and save the change. Now that the new field has been added, Juan goes back to the Migration Cockpit through the transaction LTMC. Then, Juan has to open the migration object and focus on the material inventory balance. The final step is to download the new template and send that document to Sonia. Juan informs Sonia that he has added the new field and has sent her the new template to be populated. Sonia is pleased with the news and commits to populating it as soon as possible. Now, the new field is listed in the field list and is also part of the material document item. With that information, Sonia is now ready to start the population of the file. She creates a new file and completes the header and the item information. For this case, she fills in stock type as S and the reason as 1 and 2. Now, Juan has received the final file populated by Sonia. He is ready to begin the loading of the inventory balance through the Migration Cockpit. Juan starts work on the material inventory balance. The first task is to open the object and upload the new file that Sonia has sent. He selects the file to be loaded and assigns a name to it. Juan also has the option to edit the information. For example, he could edit the header or the material document item information. Then he has to activate the object and start the transfer. The first step is to validate the data. As before, Juan does not get any error message. The second step is to convert the value. It appears that there are several errors, but as before, Juan can confirm the mapping values. Now he identifies just one problem. In this case, it is necessary to assign one posting date. Juan selects the date of December 7th. With that, Juan has solved all of the issues and is ready to proceed to the third step, simulate the import. Juan encounters no errors here, so he is now ready to execute the import. The loading was successful. Juan tells Sonia the loading is ready. Now Sonia will verify it using the app Material Document Overview. To validate the loading, Sonia opens the Material Document Overview app. All of the material documents that were created on that day are listed. Sonia sees that all of the information has been uploaded, including the stop type. She can also navigate to see the detail of the information. For example, the document flow. After her validation, Sonia confirms that the information has been loaded successfully. Now both objects, the source list and the inventory balance, have been uploaded and inspected. This video showed how to use the Migration Object Modeler to add a new field to the source structure. This video also showed how to load the second object of the Aconcagua Greenfield project using the Migration Cockpit. Thanks for watching. If you would like to be informed of when new videos are available, please subscribe to the SAP HANA Academy YouTube channel. Also, please follow us on Twitter, connect with us on LinkedIn, and we have pages on Facebook and Google+. All code snippets and demo data used throughout the SAP HANA Academy are available for free on github.com/SAP HANA Academy.